Arkaden. It's a small German mall pitting the SAS, stationed in the west, against the Spetsnaz in the east. Tight quarters and multiple levels encourage intense firefights and although it's a small map, Arkaden possesses an even mixture of short and mid-range sightlines, where CQC remains focused within each section, and assault rifles succeed in taking out enemies in different locations. Arkaden's major locations are the convoy, courtyard, loading dock, storage, and the mall itself. Sniper masses tend to stick to the convoy, where the longest sightlines exist. The upper walkway is particularly popular with its height advantage over the action below, and clear sights on nearby objectives. The vehicle wreckage and nearby shadows offer concealment to players underneath the walkway for a more unexpected attack, while enemies exiting the mall and peeking out of the northern restaurant can set up a crossfire from the sides. It's generally best to avoid entering the area through the courtyard, as you're exposed to all sides. Approach from the north or south to cut down on the number of potential attack angles, and move cautiously until you're sure it's relatively safe to move on. The crash site of a downed helicopter, courtyard leads from the convoy in the northern mall and towards the loading dock. As a high traffic area with little available cover, it's best to get in and out as quickly as possible. Pause only to cut down your foes or capture the objective, and then move on to just cover when defending the area, as well as a less conspicuous route to the convoy. From inside, the mall, second story, gives eyes over the entire courtyard. Attack enemies on ground level, and then jump down and sweep the area for any remaining defenders. Further east, the loading dock is free of second-story overlooks, but several cover locations make it far from safe. The back of the northern moving truck conceals a single player from the entire area, while the van and guardhouse offer protection without confining players to a cramped space. These are best used when radar indicates enemy direction. Set up in the best position and prevent movement through the back. Also free from prying eyes, storage is surrounded by concrete walls, forcing players into close quarters combat as they travel between the second story mall and loading dock. When you're ready to progress, a claymore or bouncing Betty placed on the staircase will help protect your back as you enter the most highly contended section of the map. With 2 accessible stories, multiple entrances, and a wide variety of cover, the mall often turns into a deadly crossfire from attacks in all directions. Short-range loadouts tend to control the narrow corridors of the first floor, which can quickly become overcrowded during aerial attacks, from which the second story offers only minimal protection. Assault rifles perform best on the second floor, where longer sightlines require more accuracy. In exchange for exposing yourself to danger on all sides, you'll give unpark the convoy. As a hot zone of activity, it's not recommended to stay inside the mall for an extended period of time. If you need to break through, breach with a teammate or two for more killing power and a higher chance of survival. Expect your opponent to think the same and be ready with stun and flash grenades to disorient enemy groups and take them out before they regain their senses. Victory requires a balance of aggressive push tactics and defensive play. Seize any opportunities to take out enemies or otherwise focused elsewhere. On the other hand, don't blindly rush into combat zones hoping to enter the fray and land a few easy kills. Use the trophy system when defending objectives to prevent enemies from flushing you out in the open, and the EMP to scramble electronics on the attack. If you plan on sticking to Arkaden's central zones, Throw rapid fire on an SMG with steady aim and blast shield for a loadout that tears targets apart while still affording defensive characteristics through heightened explosive resistance. Surprise enemies in the second story mall with their Predator missile straight through the glass ceiling. Paired together with the attack helicopter to control movement on the outside. Always be on the lookout for the best attack route to cut down enemies in their tracks. If they take the mall, force them into a trap. Control the battle, and you control the mall.